I'm 91 years old. I've buried my wife, two of my closest friends, and I've had more time to think about my life than I ever wanted. And I'm about to tell you something that most people figure out when it's far too late, if they figure it out at all. You see, everyone talks about their dreams, what they want to accomplish, what they want to own, what they want to become. Nobody talks about regrets. It's like we're all pretending we won't have any. But I'm 91. I don't have the luxury of pretending anymore. These aren't regrets about money. They are not about career mistakes or bad investments. These are the things that keep me awake at 3 a.m. The things I would give everything, every dollar, every possession, every achievement to go back and change. And I'm ranking them because some regrets hurt more than others. And the one at the top, it's the one you're probably making right now without realizing it. I cared too much about what people thought of me. And I know what you're thinking. Everyone says that. It's almost a cliche at this point. But hear me out, because I don't think you understand how deep this goes. When I was 23 years old, I wanted to be a painter. Not a famous painter, not a rich painter. I just wanted to wake up every morning, stand in front of a canvas, and create something that didn't exist before I made it. That's all I wanted. You know what I became instead? An accountant. Why? Because my father told me that painting wasn't a real career. Because my friends laughed when I mentioned it. Because the girl I was dating at the time said she wanted to marry someone stable. So I put down the brushes, picked up a calculator, and I spent the next 45 years helping other people manage their money while I slowly forgot what it felt like to have a dream of my own. Here's what nobody tells you about caring what people think. Those people, they move on, they forget, they die. The father who told me to be practical, he's been gone for 30 years. The friends who laughed, I couldn't tell you where most of them are now. The girl who wanted stability, she left me for someone else 2 years into our marriage. And here I am, 91 years old, and I haven't painted a single thing in almost 70 years. You want to know something funny? A few years ago, I finally started painting again. My hands shake now. My eyes aren't what they used to be. But I do it anyway. And you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody's watching. Nobody's judging. They never really were. The opinions I feared, they were ghosts. They existed mostly in my own head, and I let those ghosts steal decades from me. Decades I could have spent doing something that made me feel alive. You're probably doing the same thing right now. Choosing the safe path because someone might disapprove. Staying quiet because someone might judge. Shrinking yourself to fit into a box that someone else built for you. And by the time you stop caring what they think, and trust me, you will eventually stop caring, you'll have spent your best years performing for an audience that wasn't even paying attention. Caring what people think, that cost me my authenticity. But the next regret, that cost me my body. Number 6, I didn't take care of my body when it still listened to me. When I was 35, I could eat anything. Sleep 4 hours, skip the gym for months, drink too much on weekends, and Monday morning I'd wake up and do it all over again like nothing happened. My body just absorbed it. It forgave me every single time, so I kept pushing, kept ignoring, kept telling myself I'd start taking care of myself next year. I remember this one moment. I was 47. My knee started hurting. Not a lot, just this dull ache that showed up when I climbed stairs. The smart thing would have been to see a doctor. rested, figure out what was wrong. You know what I did instead? I ignored it, took some painkillers, kept going. That was 44 years ago. I've had 2 knee replacements since then. 2. And the doctors told me that if I had just addressed it early, if I had just listened when my body was whispering instead of waiting until it was screaming, I probably could have avoided both surgeries. But that's what we do, isn't it? We treat our bodies like they're machines that will run forever. We skip the sleep. We eat the garbage. We sit for 12 hours a day and wonder why everything hurts. We push through pain like it's a badge of honor instead of a warning sign. And then one day the bill comes due. I'm 91 years old. I take 11 pills every morning. My back aches when I stand too long. My hands shake when I try to hold a cup of coffee. Some days just getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. And I think about that 35-year-old version of me, the one who thought he was invincible, and I want to shake him. I want to grab him by the shoulders and say, "Your body is keeping score. Every cigarette, every skipped meal, every night you didn't sleep, every time you chose convenience over health. It's writing it all down. And one day, decades from now, it's going to hand you the bill. Your future self, the 70, 80, 90-year-old version of you, is begging you right now. Go for the walk, eat the vegetable, get the sleep, see the doctor when something feels wrong. Because the body keeps a ledger, and it always collects. That regret cost me my body, but the next one, it cost me people I can never get back. Number 5, I let friendships fade without fighting for them. His name was Arthur. We met when we were 7 years old, lived 3 houses apart, spent every summer together catching frogs, building forts, getting into the kind of trouble that only kids can get into. He was the first person I ever told a secret to. The first person who knew me, really knew me, before I learned how to hide. We stayed close through high school, through college. He was the best man at my wedding. I was there when his first son was born. And then, life happened. He moved to another state for work. I got busy with my career. The phone calls went from every week to every month to every few months to almost never. We'd send Christmas cards, sometimes a birthday message. We kept saying we'd visit, kept saying we'd find a weekend, kept saying next time. There was no next time. Arthur died 8 years ago. Heart attack, sudden, no warning. I found out 3 weeks later. 3 weeks. My best friend of over 70 years was gone, and I didn't even know. His son found my number in Arthur's old address book and called to tell me. He said Arthur talked about me sometimes, wondered how I was doing, meant to call, just like I meant to call. I sat in my living room after that phone call, and I tried to remember the last time I actually spoke to Arthur. Not a text, not a card, an actual conversation. And I couldn't remember. It might have been 5 years before he died. Maybe longer. 70 years of friendship, and I let it dissolve into nothing because I was busy. Here's what I wish someone had told me. Friendships don't survive on nostalgia. You can't just assume the bond will hold because it used to be strong. Relationships are living things. They need attention, they need maintenance, they need someone to pick up the phone even when there's nothing important to say. And those friends from your youth, the ones who knew you before you built all your walls, they're irreplaceable. You will never make another friend who remembers you at 7 years old, Who knows the person you were before life complicated everything? I have acquaintances now, people I see at events, neighbors I wave to, but Arthur was my friend, and I let him slip away. Losing that friendship broke something in me, but I broke something in my own family that hurt even more. Number 4. I define myself by my work, and in doing so, I lost myself, and I lost my daughter. For 45 years, if you asked me who I was, I would have told you my job title. That was my identity. That was my worth. I was a senior partner. I was a leader. I was important. People needed me, or at least that's what I told myself to justify missing everything else. I retired at 68, and I remember sitting in my home office on that first Monday morning with nothing to do and feeling this wave of panic wash over me, because without the job, without the title, without the emails and the meetings and the deadlines, I had no idea who I was. I had spent my entire adult life building something, and the moment I walked away, someone else sat in my chair. Someone else made the decisions. Within a month, it was like I had never been there at all. But that's not the regret. That's just the irony. The regret is my daughter. Her name is Catherine. She's 63 now, and we barely speak. When she was growing up, I told myself I was working for her. Every late night at the office, every missed recital, every birthday party I showed up to an hour late, it was all for her. I was providing. I was building a future. I was doing what a good father does. She told me the truth about 10 years ago. We were having coffee, one of our rare visits, and she said something I'll never forget. She said, "Dad, I didn't need the money. I didn't need the big house. I didn't need the fancy vacations. I needed you. I needed you to be there, and you never were." I didn't argue. I couldn't, because she was right. I missed her first steps because I was in a meeting. I missed her graduation because I was closing a deal. I missed her entire childhood because I was chasing something that, in the end, didn't even remember my name. Work will replace you in a week. They'll send a nice card, maybe name a conference room after you if you're lucky, and then they'll move on. Your family won't replace you, but they might stop waiting for you. I built an empire that someone else runs now, and I built a relationship with my daughter that I can't repair. I don't know which one I spent more time on, but I know which one mattered. I traded my daughter's childhood for a career that forgot me. But there's someone else I failed. Someone I'll never get the chance to make it right with. Number 3. I held grudges that poisoned me far more than they ever poisoned the people I was angry at. My brother's name was Robert. He was 2 years younger than me. We grew up sharing a bedroom, sharing clothes, sharing everything. He was my first best friend before I even knew what that word meant. And I didn't speak to him for the last 11 years of his life. 11 years over money. Our father left us a small inheritance when he passed. Nothing life-changing, maybe enough to buy a modest car. But there was a disagreement about how to split it. Robert thought he deserved more because he had taken care of Dad in his final years. I thought it should be equal because that's what was fair. We both said things we couldn't take back, and then we stopped talking. I told myself I was right. I told myself he was being greedy. I told myself that when he apologized, when he admitted he was wrong, I would forgive him and we could move on. He never apologized, and neither did I. Robert died 9 years ago, pancreatic cancer. By the time anyone thought to tell me, he was already gone. I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to hold his hand. I didn't get to tell him that none of it, not 1 cent of that money, was worth losing my brother over. You know what I did with my half of that inheritance? I honestly can't remember. Paid off some bills, probably. Maybe took a vacation. It's gone now, every dollar of it. But Robert is gone too, and that's the loss that keeps me awake at night. Here's the thing about grudges. You think you're punishing the other person. You think your silence is a weapon. But it's not. It's poison. And you're the one drinking it every single day while you wait for them to suffer. I spent 11 years being angry. 11 years replaying arguments in my head. 11 years refusing to pick up the phone. And Robert, he was just living his life. Maybe he thought about me sometimes. Maybe he didn't. But I guarantee you, I suffered more from that grudge than he ever did. And here's what haunts me most. I was right about the money. The way he wanted to split it wasn't fair. I was right. But I was wrong about everything else. I was wrong to think being right mattered more than being brothers. I was wrong to gamble that we had unlimited time to fix it. I was wrong to let pride win. Every grudge you hold is a bet. You're betting that you have more time, that there will be another chance to make it right, that the other person will break first. Sometimes you lose that bet, and when you do, you lose forever. 11 years of silence with my brother, but there's something I failed at, even with the people I talk to every single day. Number 2, I didn't say I love you enough. My wife's name was Eleanor. We were married for 59 years. She was the best thing that ever happened to me. I knew it then, I know it now, and I never told her enough. I loved her. God, I loved her. But I was the kind of man who thought love was something you showed, not something you said. I worked hard. I came home every night. I was faithful. I thought that was enough. I thought she knew. Maybe she did know. But knowing isn't the same as hearing. Eleanor got sick 6 years ago. It happened fast. 1 month she was fine, laughing at something on television, and the next month we were in a hospital room and the doctors were using words like palliative and comfortable. I held her hand every day in that room, barely left her side. And on her last night, her very last night, she looked at me with those eyes I had loved for almost 60 years, and she said something I will carry with me until I die. She said, "I know you loved me. I just wish you'd said it more." That was it. A few hours later, she was gone. I just wish you'd said it more. 6 years. That sentence has echoed in my head for 6 years. I hear it when I wake up. I hear it when I see her photograph. I hear it in the silence of this house that used to be filled with her voice. And the worst part, she was right. I could have said it more. Every morning when she handed me my coffee, every night before we fell asleep, every random Tuesday for no reason at all, the words were right there. They cost nothing. They took half a second to say, and I rationed them like they were precious resources. Why do we do that? Why do we hold back the words that matter most? We tell ourselves that people know, that actions speak louder, that it's embarrassing or unnecessary or redundant. It's not redundant. It's never redundant. The people you love, they need to hear it, not once, not just on special occasions. They need to hear it so often that they never have to wonder, so often that it becomes the background music of their life. I said, "I love you" to Eleanor, but I didn't say it enough, not nearly enough. And now I say it to an empty room. If there's someone in your life that you love, a parent, a partner, a child, a friend, tell them today, and then tell them again tomorrow, and the day after that, because one day you won't be able to, and the silence that follows will be deafening. Not saying I love you enough, that's a regret that sits in my chest every single day. But there's one regret that sits even deeper in my soul, and it's the root of everything I've just told you. And now, number one. This is the regret that swallows all the others. I waited to be happy my entire life, and I mean my entire life. I was waiting for the next thing, the next milestone, the next achievement, the next moment when I would finally allow myself to feel joy. When I finish school, then I'll be happy. When I get the job, then I'll be happy. When I get married, then I'll be happy. When I buy the house, when I get the promotion, when the kids are grown, when I retire, when the grandchildren come. Always when, always then, always somewhere in the future. And you know what happened every single time I reached one of those milestones? I moved the goalpost. The happiness I promised myself was always one more step away. I'd get the thing I was waiting for, and within days, sometimes hours, I was already looking ahead to the next thing. I spent 87 years doing this, 87 years of postponing joy, of telling myself that happiness was a destination I hadn't arrived at yet, of refusing to be content with where I was because I was so focused on where I was going. And then one morning, I was 87 years old, I woke up and I had this moment of absolute clarity. This terrible, beautiful, heartbreaking clarity. I realized I had been waiting my whole life for a day that was never going to come. There was no finish line. There was no magical moment where everything would click into place and I would finally be allowed to be happy. I had been chasing a mirage. And while I was chasing it, my actual life, the only life I will ever have, was slipping through my fingers. The tragedy isn't that I didn't have happiness. I had countless opportunities for happiness. Beautiful moments, wonderful people, small joys that I walked right past because I was too busy looking at the horizon. The tragedy is that happiness was available to me the entire time, every single day. And I kept choosing to wait for it instead of choosing to feel it. Happiness isn't something that happens to you. It's not a reward you earn after enough suffering. It's not waiting for you at the end of some long road. Happiness is a choice. It's a choice you make on an ordinary Tuesday when nothing special is happening. It's a choice you make when things are hard and imperfect and messy. It's actively deciding to find joy in this moment, right now, not later. And I spent over 80 years refusing to make that choice. That's my biggest regret. Not what I did wrong, not what I lost, not the people I failed. It's all the happiness that was right in front of me that I was too busy, too distracted, too focused on someday to see. Someday never comes, it never comes. All you have is today. I'm 91 years old. I can't get my time back. These regrets, they're mine now. I carry them. But you still have yours. Every single regret I just shared with you is still avoidable for you. You can stop caring what people think. You can take care of your body while it still listens. You can call that friend you've been meaning to call. You can put down the work and be present for the people who need you. You can forgive. You can say, I love you, until the people around you are sick of hearing it. And you can choose to be happy, not someday, not later, today. I'm not telling you this to depress you. This isn't pessimism. This is the most urgent optimism I can offer. You have the power to choose differently. Right now. Not next year. Not next month. Not after this project or that milestone. Today. Share this with someone you love. Before you regret not sharing it. Subscribe. I have more truths to tell, and I'm running out of time to tell them. The clock is ticking, for you, for me, for everyone you love. What are you going to do with your time?